Finally, I'd like to talk about my recent feeling of not wanting to live. Some of my recurring viewers may recall that I lost my 15-and-a-half-year-old dog Casper in December of 2013 and had a war with my stepmother and my father in January of 2014. This was a decision This was a decision I made in March 2014. I was, of course, in a bad place. On top of that, my mother's a bookkeeper, and this was tax season, and she would leave early in the morning and come home late at night. Once home, she would have no time for me. She would just relax and then go to sleep. I have what is called monophobia, which is the fear of being alone, and yet I didn't want to hang out with people. I didn't have anyone to turn to, no one I could call, no one I could hang with, no one I felt comfortable with. I just didn't want it. I didn't have Casper to take on walks with, and I felt too miserable to walk on my own. So, once again, I considered suicide. I had no one, not even my own mother would listen to me. Even when she was home and her Sundays off, when she spent time with me, it felt forced, and conversations weren't right. I felt like I didn't have a mother. So, all alone, I decided I needed to die again. So I walked outside, ready to jump off my roof again. I climbed up, ready to jump. Then I had my moment of clarity. My home environment was just too toxic. I needed help, time away, the guidance and knowledge of what to do now, to get over Casper, to learn how to make friends, to handle my time alone properly. So I voluntarily checked myself into a mental unit for 17 days, then spent 6 weeks in an outpatient program. And you know what? If it weren't for that, I wouldn't be sitting here in my office telling you about very personal subjects so boldly. So, in conclusion, some people would think that I should and would give ideas and advice to people contemplating suicide. I won't. I'm not going to patronize you with words like, you have so much to live for. Think about this will impact people who love you, or no matter how bad it seems, will get better. That crap just doesn't help. If you watch my Robin Williams Part 4 suicide episode, you'll probably recall that I said that. I also tell people who see the warning signs of a suicidal loved one, don't say those lines, but say something. My advice can be found in, again, you guessed it, Robin Williams Part 4 Suicide. I'm not going to rehash the suicide prevention tips in detail. As you can see, my most recent suicide consideration, I got the help I needed on my own, but most suicidal persons won't do the same thing. People won't be as likely to fail multiple suicide attempts as I did. Most people wouldn't want to be given the help I get and decided to give myself. I will recommend you look up some suicide prevention strategies if you think a loved one is considering suicide, and help is needed. Not addressing the problems can lead to a successful suicide. Look up the warning signs, and I'll probably have a conversation with a suicidal loved one. Having so low in my life, I really don't want anyone to hit the same low and succeed in a suicide attempt. So, as I always say, please, please, please get help. That's all for now. I'm still sure what I'll do next, but keep your eye out, and I hate to self-promote. But feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube, or follow me on Twitter. Until next time, Tim Cubbin, out.